Yo, what's going on out the YouTube family? This is Sammy Lega here representing Team JVS. So I am here for a anime season 1 and 2 review. I can't believe I'm doing this. But I actually really did have um a very good time watching this. Whether it was the comedy, whether it was the drama, or whether it was just the Hunger Games aspect of where this is gonna go. And I'm talking about the quintessential quintuplets. I can't believe I'm even saying it. Yes, I'll go ahead and give you guys a synopsis of it really quick. A poor straight A student is hired to tutor some rich quintuplets. The story is told as a flashback from the future that shows that he ends up getting married to one of them. And again, that's why I was talking about the Hunger Games aspect of this. But it was weird because I'd heard a lot of people been saying that this was a very good anime. And I was kind of like, what are they talking about? Like, what is it about this anime that is entertaining? Why is it so this or that? And it kind of plays up all the different tropes of I don't know what kind of genre this is, but kind of like the love romance, like is this going the harem side of stuff? But this is not a harem. Matter of fact, in 2 seasons, I don't think anybody even necessarily kind of so what's the intrigue here, Sam? Why is this something that's interesting? It's the characters. Pure and simple. Like the characters make the mark on this. Every single one of the quintuplets have their own individual perspectives, likes, and dynamics. And our main character from the beginning is one of the reasons why he's doing all this is because he needs money. He was led to believe that, from a certain source. I don't know how to do this is like the spoiling thing. It's gonna be a little hard because I'm going through 1 or 2 seasons. But somebody in their family hires him, to tutor one of them, right? But he's kind of like he shot himself in the foot because he already met the person at school, and he kind of was like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I don't feel like talking to you in my first out, and they did not hit it off well at all. And so he gets all like, oh man, this is this rich family. They want you to tutor their daughter. And he's like, oh crap, this is the same as that girl. And so he tries to track her down. And all throughout the entire time, this is the first episode, he's getting like met with these random girls that are just getting in his way. One of them has headphones, really kind of emo like. The other one's really like bubbly and nice and just follows him everywhere, follows him all the way to his freaking follows him all the way to his locker and even to gym, and it's just all over the place. And so he finally corners the person, and then he kind of finds out, oh crap, they're quintuplets. And like not only does he have to tutor her, who doesn't want his help, but he's already also pissed off all of her sisters, and he has to tutor them as well. And if he doesn't find a way of getting their grades up, then not only does he not get the money he needs to kind of like progress in life, but effectively they are not going to be able to. They have to pass. It's not an option. Like he doesn't get paid, they don't get what they want, and it's kind of like they have to try to find this like mutual agreement or assistance from each other to get past it. This is where things get interesting because again, they kind of narrowed it down to you is that the main character, he basically Futaro is a jerk. Like he's not a he's not a nice dude. Like he's one of the best, brightest, but he has no concept of human interaction. Like he has his sister and he has his dad, but that's it. Like he doesn't know how to be a good civil dude. Like he doesn't know relationships. He doesn't know social cues. None of it, right? Girls have all personality in the world. They have all that. Like all of them in some way, shape, or form from different sectors. There's like everything that he really actually needs to be a better man. It's just the concept is when you first see this, is that he marries one of them. Like he's literally getting married to one of them, and you have no idea. Like you have no idea. And it gets crazier than that. Because on top of that, you're right, like he never knew. I don't know if is that. I feel like I have to throw a line for you guys. This is the only line. This is the only spoiler that I'll give. Okay. Futaro had a past. As a kid, he was not as studious. Like he was actually like a rambunctious, like little kid that was all over the place, right? And what ends up happening is, he kind of meets up with this girl who's really young, and like she changed his life forever. Like from that point on, he never was the same, and he strove to be what he is now, right? Unbeknownst to him, in addition to, again, you got one situation where we know he's going to marry one of these 5 women. We know that he has to tutor them to get them to pass. None of them have any like whatsoever or connection to him at all. Like they just don't like him at all. And then on top of that, you find out that later on that one of the girls is also the same girl that changed his life effectively forever. And so you're kind of just like, wait, what? And you have no idea. Like, even though all the girls you can see they all have different hairstyles now, when they were younger, they all had the same exact hairstyles. And this is what makes it so messed up. Some of these girls, they decide to go and help their sisters out. So they'll change their hairstyle, change their look, and they'll switch out. They'll flop out. And so the main character, Futaro, is kind of just like, who are you? Like, who is who? And like, he has to battle multiple different accounts of things. The first front, again, is the fact that these girls have to pass. And so he has to figure out a common ground on what is it that will essentially motivate them to want to study, to be intrigued by studying first, before anything, just from a foundation point. I feel like the first season was really just trying to get them foundationally set that you need to pass. You're more than capable of being able to doing it. And in certain aspects of your sisters, if you guys work together and also individually push yourselves and motivate it for a reason, then you can make it. And it's crazy because I looked at an anime a long time ago called Domestic Girlfriend. It's ratchet. It's all over the place. But one of the things about that I loved is that the main character was, he had no drive. He had no, thing other than just writing. And because of, his relationship with these 2 women, it drove them to be one thing, and it also pushed him to motivate him to be the person he needed to be. I ended up watching that joint, like just the first season. Then I ended up went and brushed through the whole entire manga series because I was just that enthralled by it, unfortunately. And I finished it. I'll talk more later on that. If you want to look at those reviews, I'll put that at the end. I definitely did a whole reaction to the end of it. But the thing about this one, and again, I talked about it, Futaro needs different sections of each one of these characters' personality and the thing that makes them them. But he also, as a tutor, also is teaching them that they have to look within themselves and see the things that make them be able to be capable of being some of the best. And it's kind of like, you can't motivate somebody without getting to know them. You can't push somebody into being something that you don't know anything about. So he has to peel off all the different layers of each one of these different girls to get them to understand their capability, as well as to get them to work and strive together to find a focal point, right? But again, this goes back to the crux of this, is that for a fact that, one of them motivating him to be who he is now. And then 2, he's gonna marry one of them. But that doesn't mean that's the same as that person. You still won't even know. You still won't even know because they play with that idea and they just roll with it. And it's just it's the Hunger Games. I don't know any other way to put it. It is a straight up Hunger Games, but it is so fun. It is so funny. I ain't gonna say that. The first season, every single episode hit. Every single hit for me. And it's that character, they changed his character design. Like in the first season, like he had blue eyes, blue hair, and then all of a sudden, like in the second season, he had I think gauze and like kind of darkish, blackish, or maybe midnight blue hair. It's just really weird. I kind of assumed that because of the manga, they changed his look from the first season to the second season, but I'm not really sure. But the first season, you know, it was like I said, like it goes from like, all right, he's trying to motivate these girls, but then one of them starts to catch emotions, right? And they don't know what to do with that. They've never been in that kind of situation. But then it goes to like he starts to piss them off, and like he starts not being able to comprehend who's who and what that means. Again, imagine you're in a situation, right? You're tutoring 5 young girls, one of them likes you, and then they decide, you know, to play these mind games with you by switching out, flopping out, and you're kind of trying to place them where they need to be, but you're understanding certain characteristics of them are also the same. And not just from a facial feature standpoint, but unless you and there's something that happens in the second season. I think that's probably one of the better episodes, and it has to do with like their grandfather. Their grandfather lays a foundation on something, and he says something to him is like, "This is the only way you'll be able to really truly tell them apart." And it's kind of like imagine like you're, you know, most people like you have family, right? And you're around your mom or your dad, and they can say something in a certain tone, in a pitch that you know exactly they're talking about you, and they know exactly who you are and what you are. And I think that the interesting part of that is him having to get to that point to get them to strive to be where they need to be able to graduate, to be able to pass. And all the while, also some crazy things start happening where like he gets to know who their dad is. He gets to know who their family is. They get to know who his family is. They get to know his circumstance. And again, like these girls, you understand in the first season that these girls are like, yeah, they wild. Like you got to watch. And I'm not talking about like sexually or anything like that. Like no, they're just mischievous. Like they are deviously mischievous. And like at the same time, all of them in some way, shape, or form are commendable, like are endearing, are loving, or devoted, um, or like wifey material, like straight up. So it's kind of like you don't know where this is actually going to land. You have no clue where this is going to end up, and I think that's one of the things that keeps you continuously watching because you really have no idea. You have no clue. And so for me, I kind of was like, let me review this, man, because I was I got to talk about it somewhere. And again, there's certain circumstances that kind of happen that throw wrinkles into the situation all the time. Um, there's also some really good emotional beats, like from a human standpoint, like there's some emotional depth moments. And it's kind of like it's weird because the show could evolve into something really deep if they continue it down the track instead of just cutting corners. Because if they start doing time jumps, I think the first to second season was kind of like a 4-month jump, or was it a 2-year jump? I can't remember, but I felt like it was a good jump, and it kind of came out of nowhere. Um, and I don't know if the manga is still going on, but I hope they take their time with it because honestly, I feel like this could actually be something really special, bro. I really do. Um, because I'm actually been enjoying it, and now I'm kind of like I'm stuck because they just confirmed the third season, and so it's like now I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do with this situation, bro? Looking at these darn quintuplets. Again, like there's certain characters that I feel like are my favorites. Like I just don't know what to do with this. Like Ichika, for instance. And this is not Ichika, by the way. Ichika is a character that when you first meet her, like she's really flirty and like she's like really like hands-on on and connecting with Futaro. And I was just kind of like, why is she her room's messy? She's always halfway naked. Like, why is she really flirty? Oh, she's that one. Then you understand that there's levels to her as a character, as an individual, right? And you find out what she's really good at. Then you have like somebody like Nino. Nino is the one that was kind of like really like, ugh, like she's really guarded. It's like she just hates this man. And then all of a sudden, like that gets flipped. And like it's weird. Like I think Nino, out of everybody, I would be surprised if Nino ends up being the one, but I wouldn't put it past it because of how the first and second season certain circumstances happen. But again, I was talking about Ishka and like just layer her just like it is Nino, but Ishka in the second season, she does some really devious things. And I was just like, bruh, what's she doing? And like you don't get it until honestly the last episode. Like why some of her duplicitous nature stuff starts happening, right? Then you got Miku. Miku is the girl with the headphones, right? And Miku is kind of like, I don't know how to describe Miku, but she just is like really weird, but she's also really devoted and she loves this man so much. And she's so, I don't know, like she's cute. Like she's the sweetie pie out of everybody. Like I think that honestly, the easy answer would be Miku, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. And again, like I'm not taking my bets here. I'm just kind of going through the characters for you to get to comprehend. This is a hard rat race to see where this is going to go. And I can't believe I'm taking this much time talking about this. Hopefully you guys are actually looking at this and enjoying it in some way, shape, or form. And this is what Ishka looks like. And again, like things that happen in sex, you're just like, oh my gosh, what is about to go down with this crazy family? Then you got Yotsuba. Now, this is the thing about Yotsuba. Yotsuba is the character that is the younger sister, but she's always ahead of everybody. Like she's the most devoted. Matter of fact, she's so devoted she can't say no to anybody. And I was just kind of like the whole first season. I was kind of like, all these girls, right? Going and leading into the second season are like really, all to this guy. And I was like, why is it Yotsuba is the only one that's not? And I was like, am I getting put off by the fact that, she seems young, but she's not. Like, she's acts that way. And matter of fact, like, she's really serious at times. And then they throw me this, like, crazy situation in the second season. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm kind of like, if he ends up with her, right, I wouldn't doubt it. That's how crazy this is. And again, from the way that they wrote all the characters and the way they executed them, even the character, I'm sorry, I think I pronounced her name wrong. Itsuki. I forgot how to pronounce her name, but she kind of is like the leader in my personal opinions. If anybody's like the leader of these girls, it's weird because she's the leader, but she's not. Like you would say that, man, I'm getting the girls' names mixed up now. Each could be leader, but really, it's not. It's the girl in the center that I'm talking about. But again, I had to bring this up. I had to let this out. I had to review this. First and second, first season, honestly, is probably perfect. Like, I don't have any nitpicks about it. Like, I think it's really good. I think the second season, it took like getting it past the third episode, like, it's really started to pick up. It started like picking my brain, like where things can go. And it got downright emotional about the end. If I'm judging them both, I mean, the first season, I'll probably press it a 9 or a 10. Like, it was what it wanted to be. Like, there's no doubt about that. It's exactly what it was actually doing. And it played it very well, in my personal opinion. Voice acting was on key. I actually listened to this in Japanese and in English dub. Voice actors from both are really good. I just need that third season at this point. And the second season, I'd probably rest it at 9 out of 10. Maybe 8.5, just because of kind of like slow burn in the beginning, and then just some of the changes they made. Not just that, there's some things that Futaro to me was smarter in the first season than he was in the second season. I know that sounds weird to say, but I feel like he legit was dumbed down a little bit. Like, I was like, bro, you understand what's going on. Like, why are you? And then he just act like he just didn't know. And it was kind of like, it threw me off a lot. But yeah, that is my review for season 1, season 2 of the Quintessential Quintuplets. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Please don't judge me. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell button. Make sure you share this video. I'll talk to you guys later on. Keep it locked. JVS. We ain't gonna stop. I got a couple more videos coming. I'm about to watch a Netflix film very soon called Ride or Die. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. And I think I might be reviewing another anime. I may need some help with that one. Yetsuke. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.